his opponent, being accompanied by Hook from Chico, California, weighing 272 pounds. He is the FTW World Heavyweight Champion, the Machine, Brian Cage.
Master of the drill claw. He has Hook with him. Hook, young man who's going to make a name for himself in a short span here in AEW as well. But look at the athletic specimen we got in front of us here.
You know, Hook's an athlete himself. He played D1 lacrosse.
Yes, and was recruited heavily. And there's the FTW heavyweight title. It's not recognized by AEW. I got it. I understand.
Yeah, but you got to recognize Brian Cage.
Right.
Take a look at him.
So
he's a veteran, experienced wrestler, and just an absolute powerhouse. I kind of like Hook, kind of shadowing Brian Cage a little bit, you know?
Right. So it may not be a recognized title, but someone try to take it away from him then, right?
Yeah. I mean, you know, that's one of those kind of things that, you know, if you want it, come get it.
Brian Cage on a 6-match winning streak, including a big win over the #1 contender at that time, and we are talking about Hangman Adam Page. And Hangman has now challenged Brian Cage to a match coming up at Double or Nothing.
Every time I look at Brian, whoa, that was the yoga pay, a matrix move.
Matrix move.
Nice Enziguri kick. You know, every time I see Brian Cage, I want to do the, what we got Mike Sydal doing.
We got him a tope suicida that was caught in midair.
And that's a suicida, all right.
You're not kidding, and they just launched him right onto the apron.
Live by the sword, die by the sword.
I think the latter here. Oh!
Nice European uppercut. Every time I look at Brian Cage, I want to do the Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's got cannonball shoulders and giant trapezius and huge biceps. You know?
The trapezius are amazing. I mean, they really are. That's
his gift, those big cannonball shoulders, and that gives him all that power in the ring. You know, he can just snatch you up and impose his will.
Impose his will is right. The FTW World Heavyweight Champion, Brian Cage. And as talented as Mike Sydal is, he's wrestled for many, many years. I don't know if he's any match for this power.
He's in a different weight class.
Yeah, he's got to stay away from the power.
Yeah.
Stick and run, as the old cliche would go. And
definitely stick and move.
Yeah.
You don't want to get in a trade situation with Brian Cage. Definitely not.
Sending Sydal in. He ducks out of the way. There you go. Stick and move. Oh, and move down hard. Face first.
And there's those cannonball shoulders that came into play right there. He just basically military pressed him off and didn't give Matt Sydal a chance to perch, to lock in. Good attempt. Maybe the wrong guy. Look at Brian just showing off doing curls. You know,
Mike Sydal curls.
Mike Sydal, how much do you think Mike Sydal goes? You know, close 200 pounds.
They show him listed as 169 here.
Well, there you go. Brian Cage is curling like it's nothing.
That's right.
I was trying to give Mike the benefit of the doubt.
Now, Cage trying to be now 14-2. And, of course, I would think a win over Hangman Adam Page that he got would not only give him more momentum, actually, if he didn't need it already. Into the split. Wow.
There's a need for your troubles.
Wow, man,
I would have tapped out if Brian Cage would have pulled me into that position. It would have been over right there. It would have been a high-pitched scream in the end of the match. Just look at the strength of Brian Cage. I've never seen that. That's impressive.
I don't even know what you call it.
That's kind of like a deadlift, snatch.
Deadlift, snatch, suplex, maybe?
There you go, deadlift, snatch, suplex.
There you go.
I just made something up.
There you go. Well, there you go. That's how it starts.
One day I'll be good like you. Or maybe even Excalibur, dare I say?
Okay, yeah, well, you better say it. He is.
Look at the agility of Brian Cage.
Here's the pickup again. Landed on his feet. Did Mike Sydal and a drop kick in the back of the head.
Smart move by Mike Sydal. Use athleticism. Plant your base. Kick Brian Cage in the back of the head. That's the best way to attack him, where he can't see it coming.
Bryce Remsburg administering the 10 count for both men being down. And Sydal trying to kick his way out of that.
Actually, you had the flexibility to use that to knock Brian Cage's hand off.
Right.
That's pretty talented.
Showing his flexibility again with another split. Here he goes off the ropes. Cage meets him. Whoa, no, he sent him over.
Is that a Hurricane Rana?
Hurricanrana, possibly.
Well, on today's show, that's
Verified. And a moonsault from the top.
I don't know who took the worst of that. Looks like Mike Sydal's fired up. Now Mike's got to get him in the ring. This would be a huge win for Mike Sydal. Look at this moonsault, perfectly executed. Dropped all that weight on those huge shoulders of Brian Cage. Rattled his cage a little bit. Mike Sydal going back to what works, going up top. Double drive right
The
down to the
meteor
back.
from the top. Whoa, and a 2 count.
Great game plan by Mike Sydal. Like we talked about, striking from a distance. Don't get in close. It's a game plan that's working so far.
Wow, look at that. Look at the leaping ability of a guy that size.
That size jumped up and beat Mike Sell in the chin when he stayed on the second row.
That's right.
It's about 8 feet in the air when he brought his knee up.
Who can beat the machine? Wow, a vertical suplex from the middle rope. 1, 2, no. And he didn't get him out. Just covered him very arrogantly and paid for it on that.
He did pay for it, but I don't know who's going to pay now. Mike Sydal might have wished he'd have gotten pinned.
Said he ain't getting up from this. That might be the drill claw coming. Well, it's not. He's going to roll him up. Sydal's got him rolled up. 1, 2. Oh, man, he got
That was
big,
a splits into a roll-up.
got those big, discus spinning lariat. Into a gory. Oh! Wow. 1, 2, 3. The Ribbon X.
Here is your winner, the Machine, Brian Cage.
Well done all the way through.
Man, let's take a look at it again, buddy. The drill claw, and now a new maneuver as well.